to Music City Horror.
All right, so welcome to Music City Horror. This is episode 12. We were just talking, I was confused on what episode we're on, and we determined it's 12, and we can't believe we're already to the 12 episode mark.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
It really, it also just marks how much time has passed since we started.
Absolutely.
Guys, we're so far away from Halloween now.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But getting closer to the next Halloween.
Yeah, it's like
Way to
it's
be
like
positive.
I know.
Play positive.
We need a widget on the website just to count down to Halloween
Oh,
or something.
please. That's
Right.
genius.
Okay, I'll put that up tomorrow. Yeah, but
Right,
it's like
guys.
a
productive
circle.
meeting.
You're
already.
welcome.
It's like a circle, though,
Full-time.
you know? Like, we're so far away, but we're so close, you know?
Full-time countdown to Halloween.
Yeah. So,
Don't worry, we've got you covered.
but it is strange that it's already February, so, because we started in September, so it's, yeah. Anyways, KB, Kayla, Lena, my name is Eli, and we're going to get started. We have a special guest host with us tonight. She'll join us at the end of the show. So we're going to get started with the new releases, so KB is going to start us out.
What's up, nerds? We're still kind of in a lull, so there's not a lot going on, but don't worry. Things are coming. Within the next couple of weeks, it seems like things might pick up, because we did get some trailers, and that's mostly what I'm going to talk about. I think Eli has a couple of things after I'm done, but for me, the biggest one was the Purge trailer. Has everybody seen it?
Yes. Oh, I can't wait.
I feel like that's one that we're going to have to go all see together because we love them.
love those movies.
Me
so
too.
much.
They're, and this one, I mean, all you can really do is watch it and laugh because the horror is that's what we're living in.
Yep. I love the promo pictures, posters that I've seen
Oh,
with
man.
the red hat, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
nailed it.
Well, the fact that it started, the fact that it came out during the, State of the Union.
Right. Oh, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing, and I hope that they know that we appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I want to do something merch related with that red hat. I've seen one that said make horror R-rated again and something like that. So I kind of
I wonder if you can you buy that hat?
I'd be surprised if it doesn't end up for sale somewhere.
I'm kind of trying to look while we're here, while we're talking about it, but I don't see anything. So this one, if you guys don't know and you haven't really been keeping up with what's going on with the Purge series, they had originally announced that this one was going to be called Purge the Island and was going to focus on the first Purge. This is a prequel to the other one, so basically what happened to get us there. So I mean, come on, we're in the middle of it. What happens to get us to where we have this weird one day a year where you're just allowed to go slaughter people? It's starting to turn into an episode of Black Mirror.
Yes.
This shit could happen. Shit could happen.
Not that far away.
Just the whole political aspect of it is going to piss a lot of people off. But I personally am super excited about it. They haven't released anything but a short, you're basically watching a political endorsement ad. It's really cool. If you haven't watched it, please go take a look at it. And that comes out, of course, on July 4th. That's this summer. And I guess we'll see if they do anything after that. But man, I would be surprised if there wasn't some kind of campaign to take it down. Right? I can see it happening.
I am
Just
ready for horror to be dangerous again and piss people off and make people mad. I am here for it.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I'm ready.
You do it, been going on for so long, you run out of things that are shocking. So
Absolutely.
you get all of these torture porn, gore movies, and all of these shocking, shock horror, and people become desensitized. So you have to take a more clever approach, and I think that kind of all really started with Get Out, and I'm glad that there's more horror being released that is based on real life, whether it's got a little bit of fantasy to it or not. Which actually brings me to my second trailer that I was super excited to watch was Hereditary.
Yes.
That is so everything that I could possibly want out of A24. Saw that.
Right. I got the
That's how
email.
perfect it is.
I got the email from A24 with the link to the trailer and watched it, and I was just, it was a bone-chilling fear. Like, it's real. That's the things in this movie are things that happen in the real world. What I think that one is going to have a little bit of a ghost aspect. Do you think? It doesn't give a lot away, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like they keep it somewhat vague. Like, obviously this is like super ominous, but you have the opportunity to keep your mind open. And I feel like we get a lot of trailers that spoil so much that I almost wish they were even more secretive. So,
Yeah, I agree with
much
that.
as I appreciated it, I was like, oh man, I really can't wait to see it. And it made me feel like how the Babadook trailers made me feel. Just like this, like cold kind of like seeping into your body, and you just feel like scared and
Discomfort.
and I don't feel that way very much with movies anymore, but every once in a while something like that happens, and it's a very special feeling.
It's so special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, and some of the reviews are saying it's the scariest movie since The Exorcist. So I mean, that's some pretty
Ooh,
big
that's-
shoes.
Yeah, that's
It's ballsy.
that's heavy. That's
Ballsy.
heavy. That's heavy words.
Yeah.
So,
You
And when did that come
can't say
out?
that lightly. That comes out. Oh shit! I forgot to write that one down. That was like one of the ones that I didn't write. So Hereditary release date. We're working on real time here, people.
Oh, I see.
June 8th.
Nice.
June 8th. So
Sometime,
that
got
one
some
should
time,
be that one should be good. And very, very uncomfortable to watch. Right? Okay. So the next one that I have is the trailer for the movie Unsane, which actually looks really interesting. I don't know if you guys have checked that out, but it's a trailer for kind of a psychological film that was shot on an iPhone in a single week. Now, you see that tagline and you're like, okay, like, why? But once you watch the trailer, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So it has a lot of ties of basically, it's 2018. Everyone can watch your every move if you want them to.
Yeah.
So
It's also
plays into that, yeah.
It's also Steven Soderbergh. So
right. So
he's done some things.
he's done a few things, but it's one of those things where it's a new approach to the. You can't really found. What is the category, the genre of like VHS found footage?
Found footage.
It took me a second. Found footage. So I think that this is a really cool take on that. And that one comes out in March, March 23rd, I believe. So I think that's one. At least give the trailer a shot. If it's not your thing, you don't have to go watch it. Nobody's forcing you, but
I mean, we could force you, but we're not going to.
right.
It's not
It
that
looks
kind of
interesting.
operation.
I feel like that's one that we should at least give it a chance.
Sure, it's something
I agree.
something different, and I'm always happy to see somebody take a risk and do something weird. So even if it's not necessarily like up my alley right away, I might still go see it just to support something weird.
Right, right. I love to support weird things. So another trailer that popped up was the trailer for the movie that is coming to Netflix called The Ritual. Have you guys seen that one?
Ooh, yes.
Oh yes.
So it's a UK movie, and it's about a group of guys that do kind of, I guess, like a guy's vacation. Instead of going to, I think one of them complains that they should have went to Vegas. They go hiking and climbing and blah, 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 end up in a forest. It's a very kind of basic storyline. But when you watch the trailer for it, I think that there's going to be a lot more to it than it's going to show. So that actually comes out on 9th. So we are right upon that one.
Oh, yeah.
It should be pretty interesting. Has everybody checked that out?
I
Yeah.
haven't. I know the book's been passed around for a couple of years, and I've seen it like mentioned in horror blogs and things like that. That it's a really scary book, so hopefully they'll do it justice. I haven't read it, but I hope that they do.
Eli, have you seen that one?
I did. I
You're being
posted
quiet.
I posted the trailer on our Twitter account.
Oh,
So,
you posted a million things on our Twitter account,
I mean,
and I keep up with half of the things. I think every 5 seconds you're retweeting something.
well, I was taught as a young boy, if you don't keep rowing, it's going to sink. So, I mean, I
Don't
gotta,
keep tweeting.
I gotta get in there, man. You know, like,
Don't show your age, Eli.
yeah.
I was
It's like,
told
are
as
you
a
80?
youngin'.
Back in my days when we traveled on boats.
Right.
God, where'd you come from? What don't we know about you?
I'm secretly Amish.
Oh, okay.
I can almost hear like banjos in the background, you
Mm.
know, just going down the river.
We're either secretly Amish or secretly immortal.
That's the
Traveled over on the ships.
that's the conspiracy, I think.
Sparkle in the sunlight.
Ridiculous. Okay, moving on. The last trailer that I have is the trailer for Castle Rock. We talked about Castle Rock, I think, already, didn't we? We've
Mhm.
already discussed it.
We did.
Just as a reminder, Castle Rock is J.J. Abrams and Stephen King for a Hulu series. Yay!
Yeah.
Yay!
So it'll be pretty exciting. It's gonna have a lot of the characters from his books and his movies. We're all very excited. If you have been living under a rock and you don't know what Castle Rock is, please open the Google right now and look that up because the trailer is pretty cool. And we're going to get another trailer for the Super Bowl, I think.
That's what they're saying.
So we should have another one. Give us a little bit more information, but it's going to be good. Come on,
Yeah.
Hey, I'll watch the Super Bowl for that.
right?
I'm so proud of
I
horror
won't.
getting like a
I'll
front
watch it
row.
on the internet.
Yeah.
We're getting like a big deal commercial bit for horror during the Super Bowl. That's so great.
Oh my God, that's. I mean, wait, did we get Stranger Things for the Super Bowl last year?
I don't
Yes,
know.
that's when the
Oh, yeah,
that's when
yeah.
the Michael Jackson remix.
Yeah,
was-
yeah. I thought
Right.
that's the only
Yeah.
the only good part to me. I don't care about football. I
Same.
won't watch it. I undoubtedly probably have. Wait, isn't it tomorrow or Sunday? Sorry.
Sunday. Yeah.
Oh, I'm off Sunday. Still not gonna watch it.
Yeah, I mean sometimes Super Bowl Sunday is on Friday, but this year it fell on Sunday.
Listen, if it ain't wrestling, I ain't gonna watch it. So, anyways,
Yeah,
yeah. So we'll get another trailer for that soon. Winchester was just released tonight, so that one I'm kind of on the fence about that one. Just so everybody's clear, it's about the Winchester House. It's got Helen Mirren in it. I think it's going to be boring. I think we're all kind of unanimous here. We're all kind of unanimous on that. I mean, the story about the Winchester House is cool, but it's PG-13. It just doesn't look very interesting to me.
Be a lot of ghost noises.
Oh wait, the tomato meter was released.
Oh, let's see.
Do you guys want to know?
Yes.
Do you guys want to know? Okay, let's look. Winchester. I'm so excited. Altered Carbon season 1 got 62%. That's interesting. That's like a weird new Netflix series. Wait, now it's saying that the tomato meter is not available.
Yeah.
Jerks.
Oh.
It technically comes out on 2/2, which is technically tomorrow, which is funny because this episode will release on 2/2. But as of now, it's 2/1. It's February.
No,
1st.
it is. No, it is out. We were going to go to the movies tonight before I remembered that we had to record, and that was at the theater. So it's out. It comes out. They always come out the night before now. Don't you remember the magical time of midnight releases that they don't do anymore?
I wonder if they
I thought that was on.
release it.
I thought that was on certain. I didn't think that was on all. Like I know Star Wars,
No,
they bumped
it's
it up
on-
to like Wednesday. It came out instead of Friday and stuff like that.
I mean, apparently they're doing it for everything now. So
And I know sometimes, I don't mean to be like negative about it, but I know sometimes if they know that the movie's not super great, they don't release it to critics until like that day.
Yeah.
So maybe no one's really had a chance to review it yet.
right.
I feel like that happens sometimes where they're like, "Man, we'll just kind of shove this out and people will go see it because it's a horror movie and they will go see it and make a lot of money." So,
Plus, like we've talked about before, horror doesn't always get good ratings. So I mean, things like It and Get Out and It Follows, those are kind of anomalies because they're very highly rated and awesome. But the Friday the 13th series was rated pretty low, and Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, a lot of those, the reviews aren't that great, but then of course they're huge movies. So
right.
Not
Right,
saying
and I think
Winchester's
that
gonna
this
do
is
that.
going to be one of those. Like I said, it's PG-13. I don't know. That's another one that I'm really just going to have to wait until I see a review that's like, yeah, it's worth it. It's totally like unexpectedly good. I probably won't waste my time.
Sure.
I'm just being real.
Yeah. Wait to rent it.
Right.
I'm thinking.
Right. Okay.
We'll see.
That's all I had. So, Eli, if you would like to continue, please, by all means, do so.
Cool. So there was just some stuff on the streaming side of things we found. On Shudder, of course, this week they released Demons and Demons 2, which is Dario Argento. I actually have never seen Demons 2. I have Demons 1 on DVD or Blu-ray. So now, Demons 2 is on Shudder, so check that out. They're also, as of today, the 1st, they released Mayhem, which is, we've talked about it, Joe Lynch. directed.
Steven Yeun's in it. That's all that matters.
Oh, yes.
I think Steven Yeun is going to be our new Scream King.
God, we can
Ooh, I
only
like
hope.
that.
Yeah. I
We
think
can
he's-
only hope.
Yeah.
I
think
recently
that's-
just discovered that I have a Joe Lynch autographed picture. It came in my box of Dread about a year or so ago.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So I'm basically saying I'm too big for you guys, so I'm out of
Yeah.
here.
I was going to say,
out.
it's not very nice to brag.
Just get in your boat and just
Humble brag,
somewhere
y'all.
else.
Hashtag humble brag.
Humble brag. So that's awesome. I wasn't really expecting that to, I guess, hit streaming that quick. But anyways, they also released a shark movie called Bait. It looks really bad, but anyways, it's on there. HBO actually has some good stuff. As of today, they have the complete Aliens movies, which, some people just classify that as just sci-fi. But, I mean, the first Alien movie was basically a haunted house movie. So, I mean, like, I I completely disagree with that. They also have Alien versus Predator, the first one, and then they also have Predator 1 and 2. And then coming on the 7th, they have the Ouija sequel, Origin of Evil, will be on HBO Go.
That one wasn't terrible, but
Yeah, that one actually-
kind of
It was fun.
still kind of
That
lame.
one was rated higher
Yeah.
than the first one, and it actually made more money than the first one, which is unusual for a sequel. So, and that was Gerald's Game guy, right? Mike Flynn? Was that
God,
him?
I don't remember.
I think it was.
Yeah.
I might be mistaken too, but I thought it was too because I think they brought him in to kind of like clean it up, class it up a little.
My favorite new phrase is "I didn't hate it,"
Yeah.
I appreciate
and I didn't
like
hate
that.
that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily go out of my way to watch it again, but I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
So
that's HBO. The other thing, so this gentleman follows me on Twitter, and we've chatted a few times, and he's actually a really good artist. I've bought a bunch of his paintings. He sells prints for really cheap, and I've got a...
wait, can we pause because I thought you said that you bought a bunch of his panties,
paintings?
and I was like, "Oh, well, congratulations again,
I have
2
a
times in a
really,
row."
I have a really awesome Rocketeer, Back to the Future, Michael Jackson as a zombie, and then also he did It when that movie came out. So he's really good. But his name is Todd Spence, and him and his movie, I don't want to say partner because that implies one thing. His movie partner, Zach White, they released a short horror film this week called Your Date Is Here. It's like 7 minutes long, but it was just like I saw Nerdist repost it, and I saw Gizmodo did a story about it, and it's basically about this daughter and mother, and they're having like a girls' night in, and they're ordering pizza and doing all this kind of stuff, and they pull out this old one of those old board games, like the old Mystery Date board games, like based on the TV show, and they start playing it, and then like horror stuff happens. So
Horror stuff.
yeah, so it's
Ooh.
7 minutes long. It's on YouTube. It's pretty good. And then I can't remember. Oh, I sent this to the group. I sent this to y'all. The movie 1031 that we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In October around that time. I don't know if it's finally released or not, but I finally just went to their website, and they have it available for purchase. So I bought it on VHS, and it's kind of like an anthology. And I found out I know one of the directors, and I messaged him on Facebook, and I think he's going to come on the show sometime and talk about that. And he also did the music for the movie The Barn that came out in 2016. It was kind of like a throwback slasher flick, so that was kind of cool. And I also got the Linnea Quigley's Horror Workout DVD. We talked about that during her interview, so I found the DVD. So hopefully we can watch that sometime and give people a review of that.
It has been requested that we do the workout video ourselves.
Oh, yes, we should.
So,
Let's do
we
it.
should do like an Instagram live, like watching
Let's say,
it. And
Justin, if you're listening, thank you for the idea, and I think that it should happen.
I agree.
We'll get our leg warmers out. The really scary, like high hipped unitards. It'll
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
Eli's gonna wear a unitard.
Yeah, I mean, I have a unitard, so I'm not afraid to wear it.
Oh, God.
We're learning all kinds
Congratulations
of things.
a third time.
Yeah.
I just imagine like David Bowie Labyrinth style kind of clothes on you.
That's like the biggest compliment I've ever gotten. Thank you.
I was about to say, I found that very attractive as a 10-year-old girl. It's like, oh, I do like boys. This is fun.
I was at Books A Million last night, and they had that action, like that guy from Labyrinth, his action figure, and It took everything I had not to buy it. I was like, I'm mesmerized. I want this so bad.
It's the mullet pulls you in every
Yeah.
time, you know.
Oh yeah.
It's also disappointing that like when he's doing I don't know how to say it. It's up jiggling balls, like the metal balls thing, and that's not
yeah.
him. That's not him.
Oh,
was
really?
Oh,
somebody-
I heard
yeah.
that. Yeah, there's like a
Man.
actual ball juggler
Yeah,
who does it.
and he was like world famous or world renowned, and he's like sitting behind him doing it, so it looks like it's David Bowie. So
Oh, yeah, I
that
didn't
kinda-
know that.
that took the wind out a little bit. But it's not-
It's like, wow, David Bowie can do everything.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So, yeah. So those are, I guess, since we're ending on juggling balls, that is all of our new stuff for this week. So we have a new segment. Lena is going to be in charge of this. Just something to kind of throw in there, and some of it's going to be topical, some of it will be, I think, really deep cuts or really hidden gems and stuff like that. But anyways, so we've got this new segment. The segment is called Facts of the Week. Yes, so we're going to have we may change the name, but as of now it's like Facts of the Week. And this is totally Lena, just whatever she wants to pull out from the archives and, stump us, or, like I said, some of it will be topical and some of it will be kind of your deep cut. So anyways, with the first segment is Lena, so take it away.
All right. So, in honor of February being Women in Horror Month, which is our topic this evening, that's what all my facts are about this evening. So, first, to start off with, and I found this on theconversation.com. This is a report from last year. So, Google and the Gina Davis Institute did a study across all genres of film to try and find patterns in gender, screen time, and speaking time. So the results of this study were that men are seen and heard twice as much as women, except for one genre, you guys. You want to guess what it is?
Dun, 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 dun.
Horror! Yes.
Hey.
Yes, which is awesome. So my next few facts are just, some things I thought were fun and some kind of big players of women in the horror genre. So first, I don't know. All these I did not know, I want to say, for the record. But first, Kathy Bates was the first woman to receive an Oscar for a horror role for her portrayal.
Mm-hmm.
And do y'all want to guess what it is?
Misery?
Annie
Yep.
Wilkes.
Yep, that's it. 1990, which is awesome. Go Kathy Bates, represent.
Yeah, I always got that confused because I thought it was Jodie Foster, but Jodie Foster was 91, so she did it the year after Kathy Bates.
Yes. Yeah, Kathy Bates, awesome.
Yeah, I don't remember if we mentioned the Oscar win or not, but we did mention her in a previous episode because I told you she's from Memphis, so Memphis representing. So
That's right.
She's
yeah.
also an icon.
Yeah.
yeah,
In American Horror Story, I loved her. She was awesome. And several seasons.
she was good in The Office too.
Yes.
yeah. Next, which is interesting, if you look closely at the album cover of the Beatles, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club, you'll see this actress. I don't think y'all will guess this because I did not. But does anyone want to guess who it is? The horror genre actor.
Let's see that. Okay, so that album came out in '67.
Can I do a phone a friend?
Yeah. Can I just Google it?
My best friend Google.
Yeah.
Is it Janet Leigh?
No,
Mm.
that's a great guess. It's Julie Adams, who is one of the who is the heroine from The Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
Go girl. Yeah, which is awesome. I googled like her picture in that album cover, and I mean it's very small, but still awesome that she was on there. Next, the bride from The Bride of Frankenstein is the only Universal monster to never have killed anyone.
Mm.
Whoa.
Frankenstein, gentle creature. Next, unlike her alter ego Carrie, Sissy Spacek was voted homecoming queen at her high school.
How about that?
That is excellent.
That ties into she's also in Castle Rock.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yes, can't wait. Love her. And this is my last fun fact. Kay Lineker. Does anyone recognize her name? She's a screenwriter.
Oh, okay.
So she was a screenwriter for The Blob,
Very nice.
which is awesome. But she was previously an actress before that, and she was in 56 films in the 30s and the 40s. And then she went on to write classics like The Blob. So that's all I got.
That's
Nice.
incredible.
So awesome. Yay!
Yeah,
So that was
so
a
fun.
that was a
Good
good
start.
That was a good first start. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
So cool. So I guess we're gonna go into our show this evening. I'm trying to think. Well, okay. Well, I'll just go into it. So yeah.
Did you check out there for a second?
Well, I can't remember. I was trying to think how we transitioned because Lena already mentioned the topic, but I want to do my little stinger because I created it. So I'm going to just do it like I was doing. So anyways, so yeah, this week's topic is... So this week's topic is women in horror, which is very broad, but we're going to focus on our favorite women directors, our favorite scream queens, and our favorite final girls from specific movies, horror movies. We do have a special guest host with us this week. You've probably seen her on Twitter and Instagram, but she is owner, operator, creator, whatever you want to call it. Her website is kinkyhorror.com. So she's got some awesome content. At some point, we're going to talk about your interview and your day with Clint Howard, because that's incredible.
Oh Lord, I have many days with Clint Howard. He's like my homie.
Yeah. So, yeah.
He's like so rad.
Yes, that's definitely that's somebody on the list we would love to talk
He
to.
is the best. Yeah. Oh my God, yeah, he would totally do it.
Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Dinah Prince is here with us tonight.
Hi. Yay.
Yay, Diana.
Yay, thanks.
Applause.
I should get one of those little
I
sound
just-
effects, you know, like the little clapping sound effects.
Oh my god, yeah, that would be fantastic.
Now, you also have actually acted in a couple of horror movies, correct?
I have.
Nice.
Nice.
It was what, Puppet Master, and then what was the other
Let's
one?
see. Currently that you could find pretty easy. Let's see. Funny Man Vengeance is out.
Nice.
Beach Massacre at Kill Devil Hills,
Nice.
available in Redbox near you.
Ooh.
What else we got? Evil Bong 666 and Puppet Master 12, I think. So yeah,
Evil
like,
what? 666?
Evil
Bong.
Bong.
God,
Oh,
I love that movie.
I love
Oh,
it.
I've always wanted to watch those, and now,
I
now I
will
know that
be-
you're in it, I'm going to.
I will
recommend
be-
starting with that one.
I
Well, that's the
I will
first
be
one for
watching
sure.
that.
Sure, yeah.
Oh
I'm
my
sorry ahead of time.
The
No.
what was
Awesome.
the
777 is supposed to start filming. Oh, I just had Witchboard. I don't know. Whatever.
nice?
I do a bunch of crap.
Well, it's
Hey,
funny
I'm sure
because
crap.
a lot of these, you know, well, using your words, crap movies. Like a lot of these, you know, like Puppet Master is on like the 12th one. I mean, and that thing's been going since like 1991 or 92. So, And I hear there's like another one coming out this year. Okay, so were
Yeah,
you?
but like a reboot with Barbara Crampton, who, if I can start the ball rolling, I would say is my favorite personal screen queen.
Ooh,
So
that's a
it's
good choice.
Ooh.
discussed.
So were you in the? Were you in the? Was the one you were in like the one with the Nazis, or was that like after?
Yeah.
That was you.
But-
Okay. I've
Yeah.
seen a bunch of press on that one, and it's actually gotten pretty decent reviews for that kind of movie. So
It shouldn't. It really. See, I feel bad. But like, okay, so here's where I'm torn. Okay, women in horror, right? Like, I feel like I'm more like I love horror films so much that I'm more excited about making them than acting in them. So like currently, I'm focused on like making the movies that I would want to see because like when I was so excited to work with like I don't want to name particular directors or companies or anything, but like stuff is just not made with the quality that I want it to be.
Yeah.
So like I'm kind of stepping in and so like I don't want to really promote some stuff in there because I'm not really proud of some of it. Like it could be better if people cared more. I guess.
I mean, I think that's. I like that you're honest about the things that you've worked on. I mean, you can't get better if you're not honest about things.
I agree, but I don't know if everyone I work with agrees. But
Right? No, I mean, and that's totally not your fault.
yeah, and I mean, if nothing else, it's as they say, it's resume fodder. So I mean, at least you have something you can show people now. Like, oh well, I was involved with this franchise.
But here's how we're gonna improve.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. That's awesome.
Yeah. So, anyways, she knows her stuff. She's not just a pretty face. So, that's why we.
That's how I feel about you.
Oh, thank you. I'm surrounded by all these women, and I'm just getting ganged up on, and it's awesome.
You're welcome.
Okay, so
Coming to you every week.
Every
Eli's
week.
the only boy.
yeah. Who wants to get started? Do we want to start with directors since that one's kind of the hard one? Get the hard one out of the way.
Sure.
I can start there because I'm not like.
She's got her list.
I do have her. You know it, girl. I've got my list, but I'm not super knowledgeable about directors in general. But I did go through and find some of my favorite movies that were directed by women. So I'll just jump in with that. First being Pet Sematary.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Directed by Mary Lambert. Go, girl. That's pretty much all I have to say for these because I just don't know much about directing,
I think she did the second one too.
which is awesome. Like I didn't know that women directed these. Carrie, Kimberly Pierce, awesome. The Babadook, Jennifer Kent, and American Psycho.
Oh, you just took one of mine.
It's
It's okay. It's okay.
Mary.
That was-
So. Those are some of my favorites that I found. So I'm gonna let someone else jump in now.
No, I mean I'm gonna agree with American Psycho, which I did not know until we decided to do this topic. That was directed by a woman.
Isn't that amazing? Like it's so has that kind of macho flair to it that it surprises us when it's directed by a woman, but when you know that you're like, oh, now I kind of want to rewatch it again to see like
Right.
how that colors my like viewing of it maybe
Absolutely.
like different. It's
Yeah.
so
So-
interesting.
And to throw a wrench in I feel like a movie that we've literally never discussed. Do you guys remember Jennifer's Body?
Of course.
I was gonna talk
Yes.
about
That was on my list.
Karen Kusama, she directed that, and that's totally, you could absolutely tell that was directed by a female, which is so cool.
Absolutely. And written by
Oh, yeah.
a woman, and it's perfect. And she did The Invitation too,
Mhm.
which I
Ooh.
love. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I did like that too.
Yeah, it's such an awesome thriller. Maybe not necessarily horror, but it's an amazing thriller. And I claim whatever I can for horror genre, so I'm like, oh yeah, that's horror.
Yeah.
That's absolutely.
She also
Scary,
directed
right?
Beyond Flux with Charlize Theron, so she's had some hits. I don't know what she's done though since Jennifer's Body. I would have to Google
I
it, which I'm
have
too
no
lazy
She
to do.
had like a really big moment, and I kind of just in a way.
disappeared.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Actually,
I mean,
that
didn't
whole
she do,
crew, honestly, because like right
those
after that,
Transformers movies?
yeah, well, it was Megan Fox, Diablo Cody, and then Karen Kusama, and like since that movie kind of bombed, they all kind of like went down a peg, I guess. Like I mean, because at that point, Megan Fox was like the hottest thing in Hollywood, and then like that one, and then she did Jonah Hex, and then she kind of
Which I never saw.
it wasn't great.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean that is kind of a bummer because even though it bombed, like for me to watch it, especially as a woman, I was like, "This movie's amazing! Like, why don't people
yeah.
understand that this is awesome?"
I loved it.
Yeah,
It was
Well,
really good.
and it's kind
And I
of
love Megan Fox.
it kind of
Oh, yeah,
goes
me
to
She's fun.
I know me and KB have talked about it, but it's like the double standard, with male and female. Like Marky Mark can put out like 7 shitty movies a year, but he continues to make 20
At
million, 20 million bucks a year, or like he just did those reshoots and made like $2 million bucks or whatever it is, and it's just like, men are forgiven faster, or they don't even have to be forgiven. They just, they just get handed the next thing.
sure.
I wish we had more time to kind of talk about what me and KB were talking about how, and Diana, you might have some insider, opinions on this, but we've talked about how, especially like in slashers, the girls are the sex and the eye candy throughout the whole movie, but then they're also the final girl. They're the ones that defeat Jason and they defeat Freddy. So it's an interesting dynamic how, they have to be used for, eye candy throughout the movie, but then they're also the ones that win at the end too. So maybe that's a topic for another show.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
like
that's
that's
a-
what I do.
Yeah,
Put it on the
that's a pretty
board.
deep one. That's a pretty deep
I
one.
would
I was
add
about to be
one
like-
more director though, because I have to give a shout out. Slumber Party Massacre. Like
Mm.
no one ever remembers that as a female director, and
Yeah.
it's
Oh
fucking
my
brilliant.
god.
That's amazing. No, I had no idea.
Do you guys are familiar with that movie, right?
I've seen the
Yeah.
first one. They've
It's
done like
so
3
good.
or 4
If
of
you
them.
haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Anyone
Okay.
listening or whatever.
So
I wreck it so hard.
I just Googled it, and the sequels were directed by women too.
Cool.
I know.
Yep.
It's an awesome little franchise.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Slumber Party Massacre is that one movie that every other horror movie mentions or they're watching in the background is Slumber Party Massacre. I mean, it's a slasher classic.
It's true.
That one to me, I remember like video stores because I just always remember the box art, and I remember
That picture, man, the cover.
that movie poster. Like even my local video store, like I remember it. They had the actual size poster up, and just being young and not not understanding what's going on. I just remember that image so well. Just that.
I know.
Poster.
There's so many horror films that are like that to me. That's just like wandering through the video store. It's like, wow, I can't watch this, but I want to so bad.
Oh, did you, Diana? Did you go to the Slashback video store when it was open?
I didn't. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
That's okay. That's what I was gonna do with my trip to see John Carpenter. I was gonna get there a day early and go see that, and then
Aw.
go to his concert. And I just waited too long to buy airplane tickets, and I got out of range. So yeah. But everybody I know that went said it was just unbelievable. Said it was incredible. So
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
yeah. So anyway,
My loss.
yeah, it's okay. So who just said Slumber Party? Was that Anna?
That was me.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, was that all you had on yours?
I mean, that you guys haven't mentioned because there's only so many to choose from. Unfortunately, we got to start building
That's true.
this category up a little bit.
You'll just be on our list next time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There
Yes.
That's
Other
it.
female directors.
So
Those
this
Good Sisters.
is that
They're a big
Kayla?
one right now.
Oh, that's right. They're directing stuff now too.
Oh, true.
That's right. I forgot. So,
But yeah, it's like just a handful, and it's annoying.
Kayla, are you next?
I was going to dive into, I think we already mentioned Jennifer Kent, who directed The Babadook,
Mm-hmm.
which, of course, everyone knows I'm completely obsessed with it. And I just think that I don't think a man could have directed it in the same way, with the same handling of motherhood, and anxiety and depression and like feeling of hopelessness, which everyone experiences at some points or deals with that as well. But the way it was handled and the portrayal of the mother, it was very obvious that like a woman wrote and directed it, and I thought it was amazing. So she's my favorite, and I hope she does more. I know that she's mentioned that that's not her trajectory. Like, she wants to do other things as well, but hopefully she'll do another one because she's just so talented.
Actually, have you read anything kind of involving the project from like start to finish? Like, I think it was for the Women in Horror movie list the other day. When I posted about it, I researched some stuff. Like, she used to be an actress, and she acted for like 20 years, and then she went to what's that freaking director's name? Lars von
Trier. Yeah,
Trier, yes.
He's so weird.
She emailed him and said, "Can I come basically be your apprentice?" And he said, "Yeah." So she flew out to wherever that film was and was there for like 6 months, and she said that was her film school. And
that
then
was amazing.
She raised the money from like the Australian government, basically, and but they were trying to like push this, I don't know, like, you know, incorporate, you know, Australian landscapes like the Sydney or Opera House and, you know, stuff like that. And she's like, "No, I'm not doing that." She's like, "This is a universal tale, and this could take place in England, it could take place in New York City, it could take place, you know." So she was really adamant about, you know, not making it like an Australian movie. So not only did she like get this made and it's, you know, incredible, but she like stuck to her guns and she didn't, you know, buckle. And I think a lot of, especially like a first time director, you know, the instinct is just like, just let me make it, I don't care, you know. And she's like, "Nope, this is my vision and this is how it's going to happen." So pretty awesome.
I love that. I can't wait till we have even more female directors that stick to their guns and they're like ready to go and just keep pushing awesome horror. Can't wait.
I definitely think that we'll see more for sure.
And I think too about I follow Faculty of Horror really closely, and one of the hosts is Andrea Subasati, and she is the editor of Rue Morgue magazine now.
Oh, cool.
And just the idea of like a female being in charge of one of the biggest horror magazines, so like that's so
That's
awesome.
badass.
It's really cool. And she's awesome. So yeah, if you're interested, Faculty of Horror is an amazing podcast too.
Sweet.
Awesome. A lot of mine have been mentioned as well. I wanted to mention one just as a, you know, I can't say she's my favorite because her movie is not that great, but it's Rachel Talalay, and she directed Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare.
Come on, man.
Mm-mm.
What are you talking about?
It's really bad. And I'm like, I sent Diana a picture today. Like, I bought a Freddy toy. Like, I'm as pro Freddy as you can get. But that one, oh man, it is so bad. And but she had started on like the first one as like a, I don't know, like a carrier for Wes Craven, and then in part 2 she was like a assistant to the assistant makeup artist, and then 3 she's like, you know, and just each one, like by the time she got to like 4 and 5 she was the producers, and then by 7 or 6, whatever that one, they're like, "Okay, we're gonna let you direct this one." So it's kind of a, you know, cool, like she worked her way up, and you know, they you know, had faith in her, and
That's rad, dude.
yeah.
I dig
it. Also, I think went on.
That's not her fault. Who's going to make that movie I mean, I like it for what it is.
Yeah.
Not a great
Right.
movie, but like no one was going to do anything with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did also go on to direct Tank Girl, so that was pretty rad.
That is awesome.
I mean, mine's kind of cheating, I guess, because she's only really done one, but like I just really like the movie. So, but Catherine Bigelow directed Near Dark,
Yeah.
and of course, she's done Hurt Locker and Point Break and Zero Dark 30. So I mean, she's like a big, deal now. But it's classified as a vampire / biker / western. And
It's so good.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
I have the VHS, and I'm obsessed with it. I was going to say Mary Lambert, but someone else did. And another one that's kind of on the line, Ravenous.
Ooh, I love that movie too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Antonia Bird directed that. And then another one that's kind of Slumber Party Massacre, but Sorority House Massacre was Carol Frank. And I think that's it. But yeah, again, Catherine Bigelow's
Slim
cheating.
Pickens.
Yeah.
That's true, but
I didn't know
That's
Lana was
some good
going
ones
to
from
rattle
that.
off like 20 on hers. So, but anyways, cool. So now we're going to do we want to do Final Girl first?
Yes, and I want to go first.
Cool.
Oh my gosh.
You
Okay.
have the floor.
And I apologize if I'm stealing everyone's, but I'm just going to put this out there that the ultimate awesome final girl is Ripley from Alien.
Yes.
Very nice.
Yes.
That was on my list.
Yes.
I
that was
nailed
on my
it. Yeah. As soon as I thought, like, before you even got out, let's talk about final girls, I was like, oh my god, Ripley. We have to talk
Ripley,
about
yeah,
her. She's
no,
the best.
for sure. Like the quintessential, just badass.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, I don't think you're going to get any arguments on that one.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
if-
What a
She's
great
amazing.
start, coming in
Yeah.
hot.
yeah.
I know. That's why I was like, let's start at the top, and we'll just like nail it,
Peter
and
out.
then we'll keep going. And I just think like to see a character like that, what Alien came out in '79, to see a character like that in '79, like, damn, that's gonna shake the world up a little. It's pretty
Mhm.
amazing, especially in
Sure.
the genres that Alien kind of encompasses. That's just completely amazing. And Sigourney Weaver, of course, just completely nails it. She's perfect. And I love now that she shows up and we know exactly what kind of cultural sway she has. Like when she shows up in, oh my god, Cabin in the Woods. Yes. And we
Oh,
see her, we're like, yes, it's the queen.
And the really cool thing about kind of I can't call it the Alien franchise. When they did Prometheus, they had their own final girl, so I really like that. Elizabeth Shaw,
She was
Yes.
fantastic.
She was great.
I mean,
Although they did her dirty, but whatever.
right? They really,
Yeah.
honestly, they did, and I'm gonna hope that maybe they try to make amends with that and give her her own movie so we find out what happens to her. But
That would be amazing.
I won't get my hopes up.
Exactly.
The one movie that we got with her was totally worth it.
That's true.
I mean, if you haven't seen the scene where she has, and I know we've all seen it, but it came out in what, 2000
2012,
Oh my
I
God,
think,
what-
2013.
2012? The first one? I know, I'm trying to find it, and for some reason it's not showing it to me. I mean, getting a alien surgically removed from your uterus
I
with
know.
very
Yeah, that was
minimal. Like, come on.
savage.
Dude, that was one of the most raw things I've ever watched.
So gnarly.
And then and she gets stapled up, she zips up her suit, and she keeps
Ah.
going. Like, come
Yeah.
on.
Like
How
a woman, you know? Like
yeah,
a
like
woman.
how more badass can you get?
Yeah.
You
I don't have time.
have a baby, and then you go straight back to work.
Right. I don't have
Just
time
like
to
life,
sit around
huh?
and cry. I'm on a
Right.
spaceship.
Right.
I got stuff to do. Right.
And you were right. 2012. I didn't scroll down far enough.
I do want to add to Kayla's alien Sigourney Weaver shout out that if there were a final cat, represent, Jones. He's a male, but a male cat, that's okay.
It's an amazing partnership with
Exactly.
Ripley and the cat.
And,
It's so cute.
yeah.
If we're doing Final Cat, I'm gonna go with Clovis from Sleepwalker. That's
Ooh, there
my
you go.
favorite Final Cat.
I'm gonna go with Salem from Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
This is a whole other podcast, too.
The ultimate final
Exactly.
Now we have some spin-off podcasts with wrestling and a cat fan podcast.
It's gonna be like mildly cat themed. Oh.
Let's see. Okay, here's some other amazing final girls that we want to shout out to.
Oh.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
My
I
my number one is actually a newer one. It's Mia Allen from Evil Dead.
Mhm.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, I had a
Of
hunch.
course you did. Of course you did. We all know that I'm obsessed with that movie and everything about it. I mean, if I didn't say her, I would be a terrible, terrible human being. So my number one choice is Mia Allen. I hope that they get her back in an Evil Dead movie, or at least on the TV series. That would be pretty cool. But Jane Levy's doing a lot of good stuff. Still kind of in the genre, so hopefully we'll see her climb up that legendary kind of final girl ladder. Because I mean,
I like
Don't
it.
Breathe. She was fantastic in.
Dude, so good.
Yeah. So we'll keep our fingers crossed that she keeps showing up in good places because I think she's fantastic.
Yeah.
They were talking about the directors really considering doing a sequel. I just had a brain fart. Don't Breathe 2 or Don't Breathe More. I don't know, whatever it's going to be called. But I think it's like the idea of like, at the end, sorry if there's people that haven't seen this, but she's at the airport with her sister. Is it her sister? Is that how? Anyways,
It's been a while since I've
yeah.
seen it.
She gets out and then she's at the airport with her sister or something, and like I think the blind guy like tracks them down, and then like they're like on an airplane, and so it's kind of still claustrophobic because I don't know. There's just rumors going around, but who produced that? Was that J.J. Abrams or was it? Or was
What?
Right.
Don't Breathe?
Yeah. Or was it Blumhouse?
No, it was the same people that did Evil Dead. It was Fede Alvarez.
Yeah, he directed it. Who was the producer? Was it Sam Raimi?
It was. Yeah.
Okay. Well, he said that whoever told him the sequel idea, that's like the best sequel idea he's ever heard. So
Nice.
obviously with him, directing Evil Dead 2, that's a pretty big statement. So
Well, I'll take it. Take it.
My final girl's kind of in the same vein as KB's. She hasn't been in a lot of other movies other than this one that I love. But my choice is Sharni Vinson from You're Next.
Nice.
Ooh,
Good
Yeah.
one.
so
Which-
awesome.
I freaking love that movie. So, came out in 2011, which I don't feel like it's been that long. But
I know, right? That's crazy.
yeah, I know. She's just a total badass in the movie. Has anyone not seen this movie?
yeah,
Or have we all
So,
seen
I
it?
think we all have.
We know how the story ends.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, she's gorgeous. And the fact that she just kicks so much ass in this movie. If you're listening and haven't seen it, it's about this actress who plays a girl named Erin who goes with her boyfriend to the family's house out in the woods with all the other siblings and their significant others to celebrate their parents' anniversary. And then shit goes down, and her character just has these skills that no one knew about. So you have to see how it all turns out. But I thought she was awesome in that movie, and I think it's fun. And I have some of the masks from that movie, so
I need to pick that one up again. It's been a while since I've seen that one. I mean, probably, several years. Probably right when it came out. So I need to pick that one up again.
yes. Well, I have to say my runner-up was Micah from It Follows, which I also very much like.
Yeah.
Oh, I like her a lot.
That's a good
Yeah.
one. I didn't think about that one.
Yeah.
She was really good in The Guest as well.
Oh, I love that movie so much.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
much
think I've
fun.
seen that one.
It's a
Oof.
total blast.
I've got to write that down.
Yep. It's basically a horror movie disguised as an action movie.
It's a good way to describe it,
Yeah.
actually.
So, yeah, really, really good.
I've got one more, but I'm gonna wait to see if anyone else mentions it. So I'm gonna hand this one off. But if nobody mentions it, by the time we move on, I'll mention it.
Cool. Mine is mine's like an honorable mention, just because it's gotten a lot of notoriety over the last couple of years, and I think they're actually doing a documentary about it. But Jessie Walsh, who was the male female girl in Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Because yeah.
I mean,
I don't even know.
that's the route you want to go down.
Too funny.
Well, it's just he was the first male final girl, So
I mean, there are Scream Kings now, so I guess
That's true.
guess
Well,
I don't know
it
if
was-
that counts.
I mean, damn.
but it was definitely like he played the traditional female role, and his girlfriend played the traditional male role. So
Is this a James Ellsworth Carmella situation that we're going down here?
no,
Wrestling references.
no. That was just an honorable
To put
mention.
it in perspective for people that don't know, they let a male, and I put air quotations around his name, wrestler, win the women's Money in the Bank match. So I don't know. I don't know if I can take that one.
Like I said, it's an honorable mention.
That's true. You gotta take that.
Very good.
I really
Unconventional.
I really like Tina Shepard from Friday the 13th 7 because she's got the mental powers and she can fight Jason, and that's the first time Kane Hodder is Jason. So a lot of people don't like that one, but I really do. So that one's, I guess, maybe an honorable mention. I'm surprised no one has said Laurie Strode yet.
There's a lot that we're missing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I thought we were just going in order. I got plenty.
Oh, no.
Yeah. We'll come back around.
I would
yeah.
say my number one is Susie Bannion from Suspiria.
Ooh.
Right.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Ooh.
Absolutely. Perfect
that's a good choice.
And then I'm biased, but I love the Scream movies, so we got Sidney Prescott.
I was wondering.
Absolutely.
I had a feeling.
She is a survivor. She's been through
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
I'm
she was
still
gonna pop
holding
up
mine
in
out
yours.
to see if somebody beats me to it. I'm gonna give people the benefit of the doubt. This one, mine's really important.
Okay.
Um,
I would say
I have two really important ones.
Just saying, girl.
yeah, go ahead.
No, I want to wait. I want to see if somebody else thinks them first.
you're hyping up your choices.
I
so
just
much.
feel like we're, getting,
We're
we're,
like-
we're forgetting some major players.
Oh, I'm not forgetting anything. Who do you want to
Okay,
talk about?
good.
You like Gutsy from Nightmare on Elm
Yes.
Street?
Thank you.
Okay,
You read my
that's
mind.
that. Yeah,
I'm so happy.
Those-
It's all a test.
those
It's all
are
a
the words
test. I just
that
had to
I
make
was
sure
about to
somebody
say.
else said Nancy.
No, I love her. I love she's going to be in the new Hellraiser.
Mhm.
Oh,
Heather Langenkamp.
Yep.
see, she's
That's
already.
amazing. I love her.
She's
She sent me a
already
picture
speaking
of
my language,
Phantom.
guys.
Yeah, that's who I was about to say for my number one.
Okay.
Going back to me being obsessed with Nightmare on Elm Street.
Right.
I thought she was like she's not what's the best way to explain it? Like when it first starts, she's very, timid, and like, she's like not trying to like, have sex with her boyfriend, and like, kind of nerd.
Johnny Depp. Oh my
Right.
God.
Well, and kind of nerdy.
Yeah, he was beautiful.
So
Oh
it's
my
like,
God, yeah. That half crop top thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that was like either pre or post. I don't remember Crybaby.
Oh, pretty.
And
I think it's first. I think it was his first film.
Yeah, that was his very first film. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was his first
And he
film. I
actually
totally
went,
forgot about that.
The guy Jack? Whoever played Freddy in the remake, the not great remake.
Jackie Earle Haley.
Yes, thank you. He went with Johnny Depp went with him to the audition, and he was the one auditioning for it. And then they're like, "Well, why don't you come in too?" And he did, and he got it. And so it was just a total fluke.
I mean, he don't get me on my soapbox about this. He was a great choice, but the movie itself was terrible.
It was not his fault at all.
No, it was not. He was the best thing
It's
about
fair.
that movie.
But still, you can't think about him and not think about how just bad that movie
I
is. So
know.
it's just, he's
Okay,
tainted.
just
It's
because I
fine.
think I'm lost. Are we talking about Crybaby or Nightmare on Elm Street?
Oh, how dare you even think that Crybaby's a bad movie?
That's a good point.
I'm just making sure you're not talking about
We're
Nightmare on Elm
talking
Street.
about Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nah.
The remake.
Oh, the remake. Okay. I was
We
talking.
never talk about Crybaby that way.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, I know Eli you did mention about Nancy, how she's like kind of timid and she's not trying to like have sex or anything. Well, that's like part of the final girl rules for a lot of these movies. It's like they're not the sexy one, they're the timid, shy one, and that's how it works. Yeah, the other girls get to they're the sexy ones and the eye candy, but they always get killed first. They don't have the virtue that allows them to murder the bad guys and defeat them. It's so interesting how that's really powerful, but also really sexist in that way too.
Yeah.
So I can't have sex and also be a hero. Like that's not fair,
Yeah.
But a lot of those movies work like that, and every once in a while they changed up, but a lot of times it's still kind of old fashioned.
Well, in Cabin in the Woods, that was how they kind of make or break the entire process of sacrificing those kids to the gods. Like only the virgin could kill
Right.
them.
She's like virgin. Best we had.
Right. So
So
good.
awesome.
And it's kind of, I like it too because the template for the template for Scream was the template for Nightmare on Elm Street. So when Nightmare on Elm Street starts, it starts with her friend, the blonde, whatever her name is, and it starts.
Drew Barrymore.
Nope, Nightmare on Elm Street. So
Oh,
she's the one.
Scream.
Well, I'm getting to it. So she's the one, like in the first nightmare, and wakes up, and then, you don't really know that it's going to be about Nancy because it focuses on the other one first, and then she's killed off pretty quick. And same thing with Scream. Scream starts right off the bat. Drew Barrymore, who at that point was one of the most famous actresses on the planet, and then 10 seconds into it, she's dead. So it's kind of cool that both of those started with a. Coincidentally, they're both blonde, but that kind of misdirection, I guess, is what it is. So.
Yeah, it's very Psycho, right? He props up a lead and then kills her. Not too much into it,
Tricksters.
Tricksters.
Yeah.
Did anyone have any else? Like, I think we all.
I
have.
actually wanted to shout out Reagan from The Exorcist.
It's a pretty good one.
mean, we wouldn't necessarily say that she's the one that kills the monster, but she bears the brunt of the burden.
Mm-hmm.
True.
And
I
survives.
just randomly thought of another one. I really love the movie The Descent when they're in the cave, and that's the female spelunkers in the cave.
Sarah Carter.
And then Sarah, yeah, she's the final girl in that movie, but it's a final girl where her trauma is so obvious, like she's just like covered in blood and like screaming, and it doesn't even feel like so much of a victory, but it's just so awful. And I felt like that kind of made the final girl a little dirtier and less badass. I mean, it's still badass, but it's very sad because she just watched all of her best friends get murdered and eaten. Like it's you're like, oh,
But
yeah,
what
that
a
would be
fantastic-
kind of awful. Oh yeah, such a good movie. So
It's been a long
scary.
time since I've watched that one.
Ugh, it
So,
scares me
I'll
so
have to
much.
pick that one up again.
Yeah.
She was
Okay.
in the sequel too, which I didn't see. But
I didn't
Yeah, I don't want to. It's one of those movies I don't want to taint with a sequel. You know, like I think I'd just rather not know because it
Right.
just ended so well. Every once in a while, I'm like that with some movies. Like I just don't.
Yeah,
I just don't want to know. I just don't care.
So, do we want to move on to our next category, or does anybody
I was gonna say.
else have any other ones?
I was gonna say Kirsty Cotton from Hellraiser.
Yeah.
She was in.
For sure.
She was in 1, 2, and then they brought her back for like part 9 or something. I don't know which one it was, but no one officially said Laurie Strode, so I'll say her.
Right.
Halloween, of course.
I think we're burnt out on her a little bit. She doesn't get to be the winner.
Yeah, that's true.
There's so many more options.
I
now,
don't
you know?
disagree with that, yeah.
Such a good variety of, you can kick it off, but it's kind of other people have made it their own as well.
Yeah.
I think maybe we are ready to dive into the favorite Scream
Scream.
queen.
So I actually have a quick category, and we can just quick fire these. We did not talk about female villains. So before we get to the big Scream Queen, let's rattle off some female villains that we like.
The only one that instantly comes to mind for me is Rebecca Gayheart in Urban Legends.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, my favorite is Samara from The Ring, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Love her.
Okay, next.
Kathy Bates in Misery. And
Yeah,
that's-
Annie Wilkes.
Yeah, that was one.
Ooh, Mary Lou. Does that count? Mary Lou in Prom Night too.
There you go. There you go.
I love her so much.
I really liked Amanda Young in Saw.
Ooh, that's a good one.
She was fantastic.
Does Carrie
Tiffany
count
from Chucky.
Does Carrie count from Carrie? She's
She was kind of a little bit of both, yeah.
She was
Scream.
Again with Scream, but I gotta say Catherine Jamel from Basic Instinct.
Oh, yeah,
Ooh,
that is
very
fantastic.
fun.
I thought about Glenn Close from
Will and Bunny.
Yeah, exactly. God, what's the name of that movie?
Fatal Attraction.
Fatal Attraction. God, I lost it for like 2 seconds. It wasn't on my list, but I wanted to make sure. I mentioned
Technically, the Alien Queen from Aliens. That's a girl.
it. Right.
That's a great
Oh,
pick.
That makes up for your final girl choice.
Oh, shut up.
Ooh, another good one, Ginger Snaps.
Ooh, that's
a good one.
Ginger.
Oh,
I love that one.
Jason's mom, Pamela Voorhees.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Great.
That's a good one.
The girl
You
from
guys-
Get Out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh.
Very, very, a little bit close to home. That could be a real person.
Technically, Jennifer in Jennifer's Body, right? She was
I
kind
know.
of.
Yeah.
I thought of that too.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you guys remember that movie Orphan?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Dude, that's
Ooh.
freaky as shit.
Oh man, that's one of my favorite movies.
Such a good one.
See, Margaret White.
Oh,
From Carrie?
Carrie's mom.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's the worst. She's so
She's-
awful.
yeah.
exactly.
She's more of the villain.
So
Yeah.
my favorite female villain is actually my favorite Scream Queen. So I'm
Oh,
gonna save
yeah.
her
Me
for
too.
when we move on.
Well, do we want to move on then?
We can.
Cool.
Yeah, that was fun to do a rapid fire, but yeah.
Yeah, I know.
We should do that more often. I like rapid
We'll
fire.
write it down. Okay, who wants to do their Scream Queen?
I guess I'll go first since we're still on the. We were kind of, going through the
Segueing.
topic. Yeah, absolutely. So my favorite Scream Queen is actually Cherry Moon Zombie. I loved Baby Firefly, and then she's been in pretty much every horror movie that he's made, whether good or bad. We won't talk about quality, but she's so annoying. She's not the best actress in the world, but I just something about her I just love.
I love her too.
Firefly is really what hooked me on Cherry. Because House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects are hands down in my top 10 horror movies. So she is 100% my favorite Scream Queen.
Cool.
Oh, good choice.
Thank you.
For both. Definitely villain too.
I'm actually pretty fascinated how I feel like there's been kind of a resurgence of Scream Queens in the past couple of years, particularly with younger women. So I think about people like Chloe Grace Moritz has been in a ton of films. Is it Tissa Farmiga
Mm-hmm.
has been in a lot too, but my favorite is Emma Roberts. Is my favorite kind of new heiress.
I love that.
Because
Can-
she's
does
in
that mean that
so
we-
many.
Can we call Lady Gaga a Scream Queen?
Yes.
No.
Then she's
I don't
not.
know. I feel like you got to do a couple, and I feel like Emma Roberts
She
is
has.
really committed to horror genre. 'Cause she's in the show Scream Queens, American Horror Story, Final Girls, Black
Final
Coat's
Girl
Daughter.
was such a good movie. I
Yeah.
can't believe we haven't even mentioned the movie Final Girls.
But she's just so, and she always seems like she's having a lot of fun and just kind of soaking up the scene and just being kind of outrageous most of the time. And I love it. I think it's so fun, and it to me harkens back to like the 70s and 80s where there were so many Scream Queens, and she just seems to be having such a blast.
Totally.
Agreed.
Good choice.
Oh man, I have a kind of a big list, but I'm not going to name all of them.
I mean, you
Of
have
course,
the floor.
no.
You can name them off if you want.
There's some offbeats on here, like Jamie Lee Curtis, of course.
Right?
And I'd love to give a shout out to her mama, Janet Leigh, for being a psycho, which is awesome. And of course, PJ Souls from Halloween as well. I think she was awesome. Totally.
She's adorable.
Yes. And of course, Linnea Quigley. If you haven't listened to our interview with her,
Yay!
it's amazing. She's
We love
adorable. Oh my gosh, wonderful human. Ned Campbell, I'm obsessed with the Scream movies, like Diana mentioned
Me
earlier.
too.
Oh my gosh, love Scream, all of them, every one of them.
Really though?
I say
Call her out.
all but 4, maybe my favorites, which is I thought was so much fun. The intro.
Did you say 4 is your favorite?
4 I love. But I mean, first will be my favorite. Number 1 will always
Okay.
be my favorite, but then I love 4.
Wow, no.
I love the beginning with they're all watching the different horror movies.
It's cute. That's definitely a highlight of it. Or
Yes.
the only highlight, really.
Ooh, burn.
But I'm gonna focus on my Scream Queen. I'm gonna focus on Felissa Rose, who
Nice.
was in Sleepaway Camp.
Oh, yes.
She's Angela in Sleepaway Camp, which she was 13 when they did that movie, so she was young. But the end I think is so awesome. Like I can't get that image out of my head. But she's done so many different. I mean, to be honest, like B-rated, straight to straight to video movies, which I love. I'm the market for that. So she's been in 82 different movies.
Wow.
She's only 49 years old. But she made a cameo in Tales of Halloween, which I enjoyed, which I think is cool. But she's also in Victor Crowley, which came out recently, I think, which is the third Hatchet movie.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I love Hatchet. I think that's fun. But she's a big producer too. Yeah, she's going to be my choice because I think it's off the wall and I love Sleepaway Camp.
Nice. She's
I
like
support
really.
your choice.
She's very involved in like the horror community. She's always at cons and just
Mm-hmm.
really like active with fans and stuff.
That's amazing.
That's a good one.
Oh, someone just corrected me and said there's 4 Hatchet movies. My
Yeah.
bad.
Oh,
Hatchet
dang, I need to
Oh,
catch
you're
up.
right.
Hatchet
I
3,
totally
and then
forgot.
Victor Crowley.
Because like part 2, like so I didn't actually check out the 3rd one. But.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's a good final girl, Danielle Harris. She's awesome.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. So cool.
Yeah, the new Hatchet actually came out yesterday, so it's on video on demand, and I guess you can buy the DVD if you're still buying movies. So,
I have never seen any of those.
I've only seen the first one. I have to be honest.
I think I've only seen the first one too. I loved it.
Yeah, it's really
The
good.
first one I thought was great. It
Yeah,
was so fun.
I mean it's definitely a kind of a throwback to the '80s slashers. But
Wonderful.
yeah, that's all you need to know.
Sounds like something
And
I
has
can get into.
Daniel Harris and Kane Hodder. So there you go. Cool. Is somebody else up, or is it my turn?
Just jump right in.
Jump
Yeah,
in.
we're
Jump
not
in.
going in order. This is casual conversation.
Well, I didn't know how casual we were keeping it. You know?
Like so cash.
Just so casual.
Very
Okay.
cash.
I mean, I gotta go with Heather Langenkamp, I guess, because she was Nancy.
Yeah.
You know, we've already discussed how good she is as Nancy. We said Jamie Lee Curtis. We said, yeah, Danielle Harris was gonna be my wild
Oh,
card.
sorry.
No, you're good because she was actually, well, technically Jamie Lee Curtis was in 4 Halloween movies, but in the one with Busta Rhymes, she was in it for like 10 seconds, so like it's kind of like an uncredited thing. But Danielle Harris has been in 4 of them. She was in 2 in the 80s, and then she was in the Rob Zombie one. So she's been in that franchise for 4 movies. So that's really awesome. And then she's done the Hatchet movies, and actually, well, anyways, her TV stuff is awesome.
Roseanne.
Roseanne, I mean, she was in a lot of stuff. I was really surprised. Like, she was in Free Willy. I mean, she's been in a ton of stuff. So, and then I think, I mean, there's too many from the Friday the 13th franchise because like each one was a new girl basically. But yeah, I'll stick with that. I'll stick with Heather Langenkamp.
I think that's a fantastic choice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I support you.
It's also cool too. Her and her husband, they run a special effects company, and so now they do a lot of the behind the scenes stuff with makeup and special effects and stuff. So
That's amazing.
yeah, so she's kind of transitioned out of acting into more of that kind of stuff. So
Oh, like I said, she's going to be in the new Hellraiser.
it's true. Yeah.
Which
And because of the
very
effects, sorry, because of the effects that she does, like she's had little cameos in American Horror Stories, different seasons.
Nice.
That's
She was also
That's so cool.
she was in Shocker, which was Wes Craven.
I love Shocker.
Yes,
Shocker.
that one is an awesome one. Was that Kevin Dillon? Was he in that?
No, I don't think so.
I was like,
I have no idea.
So you just went over my head.
I'll Google it real quick. I don't. For some reason, I always think that's. Why do I think that he was in that movie?
Generic white dude.
Yeah.
He was in, like, the Blob, which is, like, kind of that era, and looks, I don't know,
Yeah.
they can kind of blend in.
Well, I love the Blob. So.
The remake or the old one or all?
Mainly the remake.
Right? I like
love
the remake
the
better.
Blob.
Yeah, that's definitely. I think that's one we'll have to discuss at some point. The remake was better than the original.
Which is rare.
Okay, yeah, it's Peter Berg. They're not even close to the same person. But Ted Raimi's in it. That's pretty cool. Cool. I thought y'd be more impressed with that.
Whatever. Good for him. Yeah.
If there's a sound that's less than silence, that's what I just did. Okay, so
You're fine.
somebody else.
You're
Let's
good,
let's talk our way out of this hole. Let's go.
Diana, I think it's your turn.
Okay.
Wait,
Well,
well,
so I have a co-choice. I have two Barbaras. I have Barbara Steele and Barbara Crampton.
Very nice.
Oh, I love Barbara Steele. She's so beautiful.
She is. I just got to meet her recently. Well, like, again, she did a talk, and she was just still so amazing. And she was telling, like, Fellini stories, and she's so elegant and amazing, and I love her. And Barbara Crampton's so, like, bubbly and happy. It's just, like, they're so different, and I love them both so much. And Barbara Steele's just, like, from that era. Like, there's just no one left. So it's amazing that, like, she's here.
I love that. I watched what was it? Black Sabbath the other day. It's just so much fun.
Sunday.
Black Sunday. Yeah, Black Sunday. Yeah. Well, yeah, close. So good. She's so good. She's just mesmerizing to just look at in the way she speaks. Such a good choice.
She was in Dark Shadows too, right?
The 90s.
love a good classic choice.
That's why it's hard, because, like, you know, you got to remember the classic, but then, you know, can't help loving the current ones too.
Right.
Yeah, it just shows the longevity of this horror starring women and the kind of role that women play in horror. It just shows, like, how women have always been there as part of horror, even if it's not always a big part of the discussion. It's run by women. It's so much about women. Like, a lot of horror stories are women's stories, and I just think it's so interesting.
Fay Wray from King Kong. That's a good one.
OG, man.
She's like, yeah,
Absolutely.
I was gonna say, I don't know if Linnea Quigley's ever actually, like, been the final girl. Like, she always, in, like, her big roles, she always dies. But
She can be our favorite scream queen.
yeah, she is a scream queen though.
Definitely. I think she's the final girl in Sorority Babes.
Oh, was that? Which one was that? Was that the Bolorama?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Have you not seen it?
I saw it on USA Up All Night.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, that one's a good one. Ooh, I just bought her workout DVD, which you're in California, so you can't watch it with us, but we'll give you a recap of it. It's incredible.
Oh, yeah. Trust me, it's like that's an amazing thing to exist.
I love it.
Viewing.
Nice. So are we done? Is that it?
Wow, I think so.
Man, that went very quickly.
But that just kind of shows you, like, when it comes
There's
to
so much
scream
more work to be
queens
done.
and
Yeah.
exactly, we're missing a lot, and I think that's not going to be a case anymore. I am going to call call out a certain someone for not picking the nun for their favorite villain. You know who you are.
Oh man.
So disappointed. She'll be even better
She
choice.
automatically knew it was her. She was like, oh.
Shame on me.
That's just you freaking talk about the nun. You couldn't even give it a mention.
Oh,
Next year, after the Origin movie comes out, then you'll have to pick it.
Oh god, that was funny.
next February, guys.
Yeah.
Pin. She
Yeah.
has it. She
Make a
goes,
note now. Next February.
yeah, don't you dare
Calendar.
forget. Don't you dare.
Oh, that was funny. That was funny.
Awesome. Well, I guess if we're all done, then I guess we're gonna wrap this up. We want to thank our guest, Miss Diana Prince, for showing up and talking.
For showing up.
Talking about
My pleasure.
cool
Thank
ass
you so much
stuff.
for having half of your grade.
I think we're gonna have to.
Shout out.
We're gonna try to coordinate an interview. So if we get a guest, then you can hop on with us and interview some of the people.
Oh, I got some good stuff coming up that I'm gonna refer y'all to. Just a little.
Yeah, I kind of let them know there's some stuff bubbling you can't really discuss yet.
This is coming out.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty awesome. So, but we'll definitely have you back on the show. And
Awesome.
So-
Anytime.
tell
Diana, do you want to give us your social media?
that's you just.
Oh,
finished
sure.
my-
Is that what you were gonna say?
Yeah, I was literally saying that with my mouth.
Good. I'm glad that you weren't saying it with anything else.
That just took a turn.
It always does.
It does.
In a
Oh,
room, and it always takes a turn.
Okay, so my Insta is Diana Prince XO, and Twitter is kinky_horror. So
And then the main site is kinkyhorror.com.
yes, sir.
Awesome. So that is where
Love
you can
it.
find all things her. And when we have more time, we'll just have a. Well, tell us one thing about Clint Howard, because he was in. He's been in a
I can talk
ton
more
of
about
stuff.
Clint.
But give us just a 20-second little snippet. Give us something.
I'll give you this. He will not make an ice cream man 2.
I mean, that's like one of the most underrated horror movies. Of all
I
time.
know.
Like,
And I told him I tracked him down and I loved him forever because of that movie. And he's like, he just won't. He's like, he's so against it. He's like, child murder is not really what I want to promote anymore. So it's like, I'm trying so hard to talk him into it, but it does not look like it's going to happen. So that is a sad Clint Howard fact for you. Behind the scenes info. But
what if he did it like by this time, like he could have had a kid and the kid is the ice cream man now, and then he just makes a cameo.
like go around him, you say.
There you go. It's like
That's
we're gonna do
actually-
this with or without you, and
That is not a bad idea.
yeah, or
Hashtag
better yet,
suck it, Clint.
yeah, or better yet, he has a daughter, and the daughter's the ice cream woman, and the woman's name's Diana
Gee, what can I do with
Prince.
that? Let me
See where I'm going with that?
That is just such a good idea. I guess it's just he made it so iconic. It was hard to think without him. But hey, the world needs another ice cream man movie. That's all I know.
Yeah. I just watched the. I just had a complete mental breakdown. It's Charlie Sheen, and it's the Wraith, the race car movie. Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
No.
idea.
Okay.
No, sir.
So Charlie Sheen. No, okay, so it's not even Charlie Sheen. It's this kid. It's this other kid, and he dies in a car wreck. And then this alien comes with this badass car, and it's Charlie Sheen. And it turns out it was the original kid, but he morphed into Charlie Sheen. And one of the girls from Twin Peaks is in it. I can't remember her name, but Clint Howard's in this too. And they basically just drag race in the desert, and the car not only wins the drag race, but like ends up killing the other people in the drag race.
The race is so good, dude.
Yes, and I think it's on Shudder or it's on. It might even be on Netflix now. But WRAITH. It is a very, very, very 80s movie. So
Very.
We all love a good 80s movie.
Yeah. So now that we've gone way off topic, I guess we'll wrap
I
this
know.
up.
He's my favorite female.
Anyways, so yes, again, thanks, Diana. And that is all from us, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you guys.